It's facts, not fiction. Said I black out for real, then the track gone missing. If it's cap, I'm dipping. We ain't talking about a move, then it's flatline finished. When I spaz, I'm grinning. Put a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by spinning. It's perks with this life, but I don't have my skinach. Took a quick trip and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop like I snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she tryna grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots, a Henny past my limit. Here you go. Hazards with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see them. I got bad eye vision. Y'all can't pass my scrimmage. While y'all tripping, it's Aruba. I realized I had to go and flip the script.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 271 of Psychotic and Iconic. Paul's here along with my co-host Nick Theories and Philly Phil. My bad, I'm a little rusty. We're live on Facebook and YouPorn. We are back after a long 3-month layover. Sir. How do I sound, Phil? Because we don't have headphones anymore. Okay.
We're Gucci, bro.
Feels so weird though. I gotta get used to it though.
Yeah, dude.
So how you been?
Be adaptable.
How you been? The adaptable aliens.
Good, man. I mean, just hanging in, you know. Life's been crazy, obviously. But learning a lot about myself and, you know, being, gratitude is the number one thing that I learned a lot. So even through the hardest times, you know, I'm grateful for having good friends, family, the podcast, good job. And my health is number one, you know what I mean? So I'm good, man. I'm hanging in there. How about you?
I've been doing good, dude. It's baseball season, so we've been crazy 5-6 nights a week with Gianni, and now Christian's coming up next year, so it's going to get even crazier. But no, life has been pretty good outside of the whole eye issue. Other than that, but after that though, I feel pretty good, dude. I just feel like I'm just swimming and going through everything and just trying to live, and you know.
Your kitchen looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, I know. We'll be posting those. Shout out Chris Madute.
Looks fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, live for this construction LLC is that work. All right, let's go back into it.
Hold on, y'all. Before we get started, yo. You know what I noticed since we've been off? A lot of people changing their names on Facebook and social media. Like,
we do need to talk about that.
We gotta talk about that.
People's governments are gone.
Yeah, like what's up with that?
I don't know. It's like I look on there and people with very basic names are just changing them to shit that is not close to the name that they were given at birth.
What do you think about that?
Strange, bizarre, different. Maybe it's a new way. Maybe I got to get involved.
Yeah, think about it. Like, if you're a single man and you change your name, right, on Facebook, and then you go on a date, and your name doesn't match what it is on social media.
Yeah, I think that's a problem. Like,
man, you ain't getting laid.
Like, how you doing, Peter? My name's Mike.
Yeah, you're not getting laid though. That's just real shit. Like, I feel like if you're just being your authentic self, I think that's enough. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand why people are changing their name on Facebook and all these social medias. Like, it's like, just be you, man. Like,
we got to so
weird. People got to grow up, man.
We've had you said it a long time ago. You see what I mean? With people being mad fucking weird and doing weird shit anymore. And that was during COVID.
I believe that shit.
You were years ahead of that.
I was ahead of the curve for sure. So yeah, that was something I noticed. Is I think that funky shit, you know what I mean? That weird shit. That's funky.
Weird. Right? It's just weird.
It is weird, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I found that very odd. That was something I took away from our break. Just, just peeping the landscape of people, how they're moving. It's just weird, man. It's super weird.
How they're moving.
Yeah, yo.
Damn. All right, come on. NFL free agency, best and worst free agent signings.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I feel like overall free agency is usually a fun period, but like this year has kind of been weak. Like, I feel like all the big names that were supposed to get traded haven't really moved. Like Max Crosby, he got traded, then he got back to the Raiders. Like, I want to see like a little change, and I just feel like I was kind of disappointed in free agency overall. But my best one was Trey Hendrickson. I think the Ravens hit a home run on that, even though they look slimy. They did slimy business, because they did trade for Max Crosby for 2 first-round picks. But if you look at it from a business perspective, though, like, they got to keep their their 2 first-round picks, and they got to sign a premier pass rusher. So to me, they won.
They did. Like, yeah, no, I'm with you.
Like, I think they won business-wise. So like, shout out to the Ravens. I mean, even though it was slimy as shit, but like, again, at the end of the day, bro, you got to do what's best for you. And I think that's what they did.
The thing is that the Ravens just slimed them out.
Yeah.
That's really what it was. But I had, as my best free agent signing, I had Tyler Linbaum. 3 years, $81 million with $60 guaranteed. He's a tough, smart center. And the cornerstone of a strong offensive line is a fucking legit center. And I just feel like it's a savvy move for them. You get Tyler Linbaum, you get Fernando Mendoza, you get Clint Kubiak. Like, I just feel like the Raiders are on the up for real. Like, I love what they did this offseason. I mean, and then like, I just feel like for the Raiders, that's being a smart team. You're not getting a recycled head coach. You're not getting a recycled quarterback. Like Geno Smith, you had to know that the level of play that he had in Seattle wasn't gonna stay that long, wasn't gonna stay that high for that long.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna give you some pushback on that because it was a good signing, but the contract is kind of trash.
Well,
like,
it's heavy.
It's a heavy
but
contract.
Sometimes you gotta do that.
Yeah, but like a center, like how much impact is a center going to have? I know they need an offensive lineman because they have Ashton Jinty. They got a rookie quarterback. They signed Kirk Cousins, who's probably going to be their starter this year for a little bit. But to me, it's just like I just feel like they wildly overpaid for that position, where I feel like that could have went to a left tackle or a right tackle, but a center is cool. But like, I don't know. I felt like they overpaid a lot for it.
I know what you're saying, and I do agree with you because he kind of reset the market now for centers.
Oh yeah.
But I just feel like when you get a rookie quarterback that you're trying to get to save your franchise, you have to start up front. So like, I don't hate it for that. Like, I would rather them overpay for a center than overpay for like a fucking tight end or a wide receiver or something like that. Like the Titans last year or 2 years ago when they signed Calvin Ridley, that ridiculous $90 million contract.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't good. That was in no way. There was a reason that the Jags let him go after he was off for a year. He was never the same. So when you do something like that, I think it's a problem. For this, I don't really have that much of an issue with it. A contract that I do have an issue with is fucking Alec Pierce.
Damn, that was mine, yo.
$114 million for 4 years with 84 guaranteed. He's never had 50 catches in a season. He just broke a ban for the first time this year by 3 yards. It's a horrible value and a bad contract.
Yeah,
I don't know what they were doing. I have no clue what the coach was thinking on that.
Yeah, I had the same answer as you. I mean, like, to me, he's getting paid as a top 12 wide receiver in the NFL right now.
Is that where his contract lands?
Yeah. He's getting paid more than T. Higgins, which I think T. Higgins is way better than him overall.
Way better. It's not even a question.
And it's like, it was confusing too, because going into free agency, he was a hot commodity. Alec Pierce, where's he going to land? Is he going to come back to the Colts? So like, and I just didn't understand why everybody was talking about this. I mean, yeah, 47 catches and 1,000 yards receiving is really good. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, that was impactful. That he was impactful when he touched the ball. When he touched the ball, he was impactful. But like 47 catches, like, to me, like, if a guy was getting 100 catches and he was progressing and he kept getting better and better every year, then okay, I could see that. You know, you you have a point. But like 47 catches and 6 touchdowns, I believe he had, and 1,000 yards, like, to me, like, that's not worth 112 million. Like, that's fucking crazy to me. Like, I just genuinely didn't understand that. And he was like a big free agent coming into the free agent class this year. And I was just really confused by that. I just felt like the free agent class overall was just kind of weak, you know, like in terms of talent that was available. And like, I feel like the trades were more juicy in the offseason than the actual free agents. You know, a name that comes to mind who I think was a good name, the Super Bowl MVP, Kenneth Walker. I thought that, you know, him going to the Chiefs was a good move. But like, other than that, I just felt like the free agency pool was kind of weak, you know. And so I don't know. I'm with you on that with Alec Pierce. I think it was one of the worst signings.
I mean, I think it was the worst signing, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I had the same thing.
It's just the money. Yeah. Like, the money doesn't match the production.
No.
And that's what I'm talking about, going back to that. And I just thought about this. Like, we were just having the Tyler Linbaum conversation. If you're going to overpay for your center that's going to protect your rookie quarterback, I can understand that.
Yeah.
But overpaying for Alec Pierce, and you lost Michael Pittman.
Right.
Like, Michael Pittman's a good wide receiver.
I think it's good. Yeah.
So my thing is like, now he's going to be your Alec Pierce is going to be your wide receiver 1.
Well, he has to be.
You're giving him wide receiver 1 money, and I get that portion, but I just don't like. I think Alec Pierce would be like, he's like a 2.
I mean, every year, though, in fairness to him, he is progressing every year. He's getting a little bit better. He's getting more yards and stuff like that. So his production is going up. So the trend is going up for him. But like at 47 catches, like I don't know.
It's not impact.
They don't know his ceiling yet, though. And I think that like when you pay 112 million, you have to know their ceiling.
What is
you know what I mean? So like I just feel like, to me, I hated the signing. I felt like, obviously good for him, right? Because if you're one of the hottest free agents, you're going to cash in. No, of course.
Just for the record, Devontae Smith got 51 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
On a 3-year deal, $75 million contract extension in 2024. Do you think Alec Pierce can reach the heights that Smitty reaches?
No, because Smitty has a track record too. He's a former Heisman.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, I think Smitty can be a wide receiver 1, and we'll find out this year. But I'm just saying, in terms of like, I don't think Smitty is a top 5 wide receiver. And he's a borderline top 10. At 10 would be strong, but he's right around that 12 range, I would say 13, give or take. Can Alec Pierce approach that? I don't believe so.
I don't think he's a top 20 wide receiver.
Alec Pierce.
Yeah.
You're talking about,
I don't think he's in that realm.
That's where I was going.
Yeah. Like, I don't think he's close to that.
He's not better than Rashee Rice.
No.
But I'm just saying, like, I'm just throwing out names of like younger guys that have shown like crazy promise. Like Rashee Rice has shown crazy promise. Like if he gets, now I wouldn't give him heavy money because of his off-field behavior.
Yeah, right, for sure.
But by the same token, I'm saying like up and coming guys like that, like if Rashee Rice had a clean slate off the field, then I can understand giving him money like that. But to pay him that, I just felt like it was
egregious.
It was pretty wild. Yeah, like that is, it's nuts.
Like I said, good for him, man. I mean, cash in when you can. So like if you're the hottest free agent on the market, you got to cash in. And that's what he did. So, I mean, shout out to him. Shout out to Alec Pierce. But I just think the Colts, they did some weird shit, man. I mean, I did like the Sauce Gardner move at the time because they were winning. But they've made some really questionable roster, calls over the last season.
Beyond.
Yeah. Like, I feel like they're a team that could go in turmoil really quick. You know what I mean? Just because you don't have the draft capital, because you spend it for a corner, and now you're overspending for Daniel Jones got fucking $44 million a year after tearing his ACL. Like, I don't know. I'm worried about them a little bit. I think they're a good team and they were trending up, but they had to make adjustments. Like they had to, and I just felt like getting rid of Michael Pittman was a bad move. They got nothing for him, honestly. So
who do you think got an underrated player? Who do you think is an underrated signing?
Truthfully, I think the Giants got an underrated player in Patrick Ricard, the fullback from the former fullback from the Ravens. Like pairing him with Scatterbo is going to be fucking scary. Like you have at least 500 pounds coming at you every time you touch the rock. Like that's a lot, dude. He's an all-pro player. He's a
6-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah, like he's an all-pro player, and like he's like. He's probably the best fullback in the game, and then you have Scatterbo back there. Like that's a lot of muscle to take down every time they touch the ball. So like, I really like that for the Giants. And I think you're really going to see the Giants identity too. I think they're going to be a run heavy team. Harbaugh is the head coach. And I think like he's going to make the Giants like the Ravens. Like they're going to be built like the Ravens. They're going to be smash mouth football. And I respect it because that's his true identity.
Like he's building a team for when he had Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
it's exactly.
But here's the thing. I mean, we don't know Jackson Dart. I mean, Jackson Dart has shown flashes and this, that, and the third. But like, health wise, like he does do some questionable shit. He's had concussions. So it's really going to depend on the health of the quarterback too for their success. But Patrick Ricard to me was such an underrated signing because of what the Giants want to do this year. And I think it was a home run.
For me, it was Boya Mafe for the Bengals coming over from Seattle with Mike McDaniel. He's an elite pass rusher. Like he knows how to get to the quarterback. He's ascending too. It's not like he's on the downside of his career or any weird shit like that. And for the Bengals to go out and get him, I think it's really helpful, especially with losing Trey Hendrickson. For the Bengals did what they needed to do. They need to get, because here's the thing. If you have corners that are weaker and you could bolster your defensive line and your rushers, everybody knows this, like you can offset that if you can get home. So I just feel like for the Bengals, that was a really underrated signing that people are overlooking. Like I feel like the Bengals this year will compete in the in what division's that? Holy shit, the AFC North.
Yeah.
I just feel like the Ravens, like you got a rookie head coach. might be bumpy. You never know. You have no idea. I know he's highly regarded and respected, Jesse Minter.
Yeah.
But you have the Steelers. Who are they really going to be? Now they're saying Aaron Rodgers may be looking at the Cardinals, which is pretty crazy. But the Steelers, I mean, and then who's the other team over there? Cleveland. Cleveland had an awesome fucking draft, though. We'll be talking about them. But I think the Bengals are in prime position to go out and take that division, to be honest, because I don't really think the Ravens, again, what did they do on offense?
Right.
You still have what's his face as your one, Zay Flowers. I don't think he's a wide receiver one.
Me either.
I think he's a wide receiver one on that team, but just by default.
Yeah.
But you have Derrick Henry. He's another year older. He'll probably still rush for 1,500, but it wouldn't shock me. Like over the next year or two, like Derrick Henry it's just time, man.
Yeah.
Like you're just getting the shit beat out of you all these years, and you're a husky ass dude. Like you're running through people. It's not like he's juking people. Like he's putting his shoulder and running them over. Like that contact over time is going to get to there.
What's his name? Do you want Bateman in your ass?
Oh yeah, I forgot about Rashad Bateman. That's how good he is, though.
Yeah.
That's how good Rashad Bateman is. I forgot about him. Do they still have D-Hop? Did he come back?
No, he's a free agent.
He didn't come back. They lost Isaiah Likely.
He wants to go to the Buffalo, but I'm a hell no.
Who?
D-Hop.
Really?
Yeah, he wants to play with Josh Allen.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, but
I don't mind that for a 3 or a 4.
It's time to go, bro.
He'd be all right. He's a vet.
Yeah,
He'd probably help that locker room, to be honest.
Maybe, but I don't think he fits in there right now, based on what they did in the offseason too.
He's the sure-handed D-Hop.
Yeah, I miss him in Houston.
Quarterback proof, bro.
He was worth 112 fucking million. Bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like, straight up.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And he never got that payday, I don't think.
Also, an underrated signing. I had Reed Blankenship. I think he's going to be a weapon for D'Amico Ryans in that defense. You're adding him to Stingley and Lassetti or Lassette, whatever his last name is. I can't pronounce it, but I think he's going to be really good there too. Who do you think's the best remaining free agent?
To me, this is easy. I can't believe this guy's not signed. Jawan Jennings.
Like
I don't understand it. Like to me, like when I look at his numbers, they're kind of equal at with Pierce.
He's fucking
outside
good.
The numbers. Like I think Jawan Jennings had 50-something catches this year, which is more than Alec Pierce. He had 9 touchdowns, which is more than Alec Pierce. He didn't have more yards than Alec Pierce. But you got to understand, like when I watched Jawan Jennings this year, the injuries that the Niners had with Pearsall, Ayuk situation, like he stepped up. Like to me, like he played extremely well under the circumstances. Like I think that he deserves to get he should have been signed already.
If the Eagles trade AJ Brown, I mean, I'm presuming they are, but I'm saying if they do trade him, if I'm the Eagles, why would you not go get Jawan Jennings?
Well, there's another team that I think that probably needs him a little bit more, and I'm surprised they haven't even opened up the bag.
Buffalo too.
Well, yeah, Buffalo's a good name, but if I'm looking at the overall like landscape of the NFL, like I would say the Miami Dolphins. I mean, the Miami Dolphins are trying out Jalen Tolbert as their wide receiver one right now.
That's a good one.
And like I think the Dolphins, like what they did, like they signed Malik Willis. They got rid of Jalen Waddle. They got rid of Tyreek Hill. And it's like, okay, so now you bring in a new quarterback, help him be successful, give him something to work with. And I think Jawan Jennings would step in there, and I think he could be their one or their number 2, depending on how they, depending on their scheme and everything, because it is a new coach. So like to me, Jawan Jennings would be a home run in Miami. Like I think they need him the most.
I'm with you on that. I love that trade. To be honest, I really do. I mean, the trade, excuse me, that free agency signing. I think he'll be awesome there. Absolutely. He would give Malik Willis a legit big body target.
Yeah.
And he's got hands. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't think Jawan Jennings is like trash. Like, I don't think that you just put, like, he's, like you said, trying out Jalen Tolbert and all that. Like, Juan is way better than them.
No, I agree. I mean, like, their depth chart right now, the wide receivers for the Dolphins is Jalen Tolbert, Tutu Atwell, Malik Washington. They drafted Chris Bell from Louisville and Caleb Douglas from Texas Tech. Like they got 2 rookies and they got 3 mediocre wide receivers. Like to me, like I think Jawan Jennings would step in there and absolutely take over that wide receiver room. So like, but again, like you sign Malik Willis to $45 million guaranteed this year, right? So like, why not set him up for success? To me, that looks like a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
If you ask me, like it's just like a bridge for their next year's quarterback, for the next year's
Willis for Leak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a 1-year deal, like a prove it year deal, but he got a lot of money, but it's the guarantees that really kind of matter, right? Because like 45 million, if you look at the landscape of the NFL, like in terms of the pay for quarterbacks, 30 to 45 million is kind of what it is now, dude. It's fucking crazy, but like, do I think he's worth it? No, I don't, because he's a small sample size for him. But to me, I think Jawan Jennings would absolutely help his case to try to reclaim to be their franchise guy. Because you got to have weapons, bro. Like we know this. You have to have weapons. If you don't have weapons, your quarterback's in trouble. It's just facts, bro. Like, and that's just how I see it. But I wanted to ask you, who's your winners of free agency? Like overall, the team that you're like, you walked away, you're like, all right, they made some.
For free agency. I got the Eagles. I wrote down 3, but I have the Eagles. Like, despite the AJ Brown stuff, they let Jalen Phillips walk for a crazy contract, which again, that discipline is why the Eagles are typically in the hunt every year, because they don't overpay. They don't give out bad contracts that you can't get out of. Right. There's always a way. There's always a weasel that Howie has to get in there. Like, the discipline that takes to not to just let him walk for that kind of money, and you get the compensatory pick back. So that's going to Dallas and all that type of shit for the trade that they made to go get Lemon. But I just feel like they added Mekhi Lemon. They added Dontavion Wicks. Don't listen to Wikipedia. And I know Jalen Hurts can't throw over the middle. I know he stinks. And when he wins, when the Eagles win, it's not him. And when the Eagles lose, it's all him. But I just feel like the Eagles had a really good a really good free agency. You signed Tariq Woolen, who's going to add to Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. Now you have 3 legit cornerbacks that can guard, that'll help with the hole that we have at safety, because we do losing Reblankenship. Unless Makuba magically becomes something, but who knows? But I just feel like the Eagles had a really strong free agency. I think the Rams had a really strong free agency, adding McDuffie and Jaylen Warren. I thought that was an underrated signing too, getting Jaylen Warren. And then also free agency winners in the same breath, Jalen Phillips personally, because he got paid big ass money. And the Panthers overall, they got Jalen Phillips and they got Devin Lloyd. And they got Devin Lloyd relatively cheap. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to talk about the Jags in a minute. But I actually like what the Panthers did. Like, they made the playoffs last year, winning the division. And I just, for the Panthers, like, that's the type of shit that you got to go out and do. When you've been a bad franchise like that for year after year, go out and make a splash. Go out and at least make an attempt to build on what you built on last year. Like, Bryce Young has shown some signs of, like, competent quarterback play. Yeah. So if you're going to do it, go try for it.
I think they need a wide receiver still, though.
They still do. Yeah, they definitely do. Like, Jawan Jennings would be good there also. Now that you're mentioning that. Yeah. But, like, you give him a 2 or 3 year deal to help out Bryce Young. Like, that would help. That would help you. Now, if you have Tet and you have Jawan on the other side, like, bro, that's a fucking good, that's a good group to throw to.
No, I agree. I'm with you. I think the Rams hit a home run. Like, I mean, they added 2 corners to their secondary, and a team that's literally on the brink of a Super Bowl. I mean, if they beat Seattle, the Rams win the Super Bowl, because the Rams would have beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Like, to me, when you're on the brink of a Super Bowl and you add 2 corners, especially McDuffie, who's an elite corner, or, he was, and, he had a down year a little bit, but, like, to me, like, I feel like, when you add a premier corner to that roster with that offense, and you can get after the quarterback with Jared Verse, like, that's how you win, man. Like, if it's a passing league, right? And we say this all the time. Like, if you could shut down the pass as much as, as much as they shut you down, then your chances of winning go exponentially higher, right? Like,
immediately.
Just look at the Rams passing game. I mean, they have Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, like, they're fucking loaded and they score a lot of points. But the problem with them is their defense, and their defense was giving up 35 to, like, Seattle. Seattle was crushing them. You know what I mean? Like, in terms of offensively, they had a lot of success against them. So for them to get defensive backs and corners, like, to me, that's a home run, dude, especially like when you're on the brink of a Super Bowl and going all out for Matthew Stafford. Maybe it's his last year. Maybe it's not.
I think he's got 2 left in him.
Yeah, I know. I just, we'll see, right? Yeah. There was he was contemplating retiring this year, after the year. But I think when he saw the success, he's an MVP now. Like, he won the MVP, And, seeing that success, it's like, how the fuck do you walk away? You can't. Like, you have Puka, you got Devontae Adams. You're not walking away from that roster.
Yeah.
It's just, you're not doing it.
Yeah,
especially when
I
you can
agree.
play at elite level like that and you're the MVP of the league. You're just not going to walk away. Like, I think he has like the Brady mindset. Like, I'll walk away when I suck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't think Brady sucked. I think Brady just wanted to, he was done. You know what I mean?
He was done.
He was mentally out of it. So, like, I think the Rams, man, I think they're going to be back to where they always are.
Same story.
Yeah, man. Like, I really like what they did.
Who do you think was the biggest losers? I also got 3 for this too, because I couldn't just narrow it down because there was just head scratching shit on like certain players. Like I told you I was going to talk about the Jags losing Devin Lloyd, but like they're a free agency loser to me. Like, who is replacing Travis Etienne and Devin Lloyd?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the Jags are one of the losers.
And like,
I think Dallas
Trevor Lawrence needs as much support as he can get. Like, he's not a quarterback that's going to carry you.
Yeah.
He's just not. He needs support. And then you're taking away like a big weapon. Etienne was fucking awesome last year. I know you got Jacoby Myers, but also now you don't have Travis Hunter on that side of the ball. Brian Thomas Jr. last year was trash. So it's like, is Brian Thomas Jr. going to bounce back? You don't really know that because, not for nothing, but when he popped, it was with Mac Jones. It wasn't really with Trevor Lawrence. Mackie Mids, bro. But that's what I'm saying. But for real though, like he didn't really pop with Trevor.
Yeah, I agree. I think Dallas was a loser for me. I feel like Dallas, they had to make some moves. George Pickens not being signed to a long-year contract, that could be a problem. Obviously, he was going to sign the tender.
Yeah,
I think he did sign it, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
so,
the other day.
All right, cool. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe that's not going to be a headache, but when he balls out though, and he quits on you, that's the type of shit that can happen. But I think Dallas is a loser because I think that Dallas, they were going after Max Crosby. They were in talks with them. They didn't get him. Trey Hendrickson, they didn't get. Like, I feel like they kind of swung and missed a little bit. But the biggest loser, when we talked about them earlier, is the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, like, to me, like when you sign Daniel Jones and Alec Pierce, and this year they tie up $63 million on the cap, like, I just feel like that's way too much for production that you might not even see because Daniel Jones is coming off an ACL, and I think he was great last year. Like, he played it fantastic.
No, it was an Achilles.
It was an Achilles, right? I'm sorry. Yeah. So, like, but that's a big injury though. Man.
I think I might say that's worse.
So, like, to me, it's like you're paying a guy $44 million that might not even be healthy. You know what I mean? Especially, and it's Daniel Jones. Like, you have to have some serious like balls to even sign that contract or sign him that contract. He got 2 years, $88 million. I think it can go up to $100 million. Yeah, or something like that with incentives.
Yeah.
And then obviously we talked about it earlier. You sign Alec Pierce to a record-breaking contract with $112 million for 4 years. It's like, to me, you got 60-something million. You got 60-something million. I heard that shit. Though.
I hope no one heard that.
It was a little queef. Yeah,
I hope no one heard that. Smells like jizz.
Oh, that's crazy, dog.
We're so back, bro.
So back. But yeah, 63 million tied up in those two players. I just think that, like, I don't know. I think that's a mismanage on the cap.
Yeah, I mean, I got the same thing, bro. Like, I had the Colts too. Bad contract for Pierce, bad contract for Jones, and you lost Michael Pittman. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, you know who's off season I kind of fucked with? And I hate this team.
Here we go.
The Steelers.
Oh,
I actually think they had a decent offseason, man. They got Michael Pittman for a 6th-round pick, which is crazy because he's awesome, dude. Like, he's a big body receiver. He's proven it. He's had 100 yards. I mean, 100 catches in the season. Yeah, he's paired with DK. And then they signed Rico Dowdle, which he's a reliable 1,000-yard
sleeper. That's a
sleeper.
That's probably my most. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
That is probably. I'm gonna change that. That is my most underrated signing.
Yeah, bro,
I think Rico Dowdle in there with Jaylen Warren. I think that's a nice tandem.
That's a nice tandem, right? So, like,
two bruisers.
Yeah, like I mean, like, those two players alone can change your offense. The only problem I have with Pittsburgh is they're going into another season with a big question mark at the most important position, and that's the quarterback position. And it could
I'm sorry.
It could be Will Howard, and it probably should be at this
point. What about Allar?
Just to see if
they got a 3rd-round pick.
Yeah, but I think Will Howard, when he was with Aaron Rodgers last year, I think they're going to give him a shot to see what he learned, see how he developed. Obviously preseason matters and OTAs and mini camp and training camp. Like, they're going to evaluate these players. So, but to me, it's like, are they going to get Aaron Rodgers back? To me, they might as well. right? Like they might as well run it
Yeah.
back because it's like you got Michael Pittman, you got DK Metcalf, you got Rico Dowdle now, right? And like you have a good tight end and Freiermuth and shit. Like to me, it's like you might as well just run it back with the fucking with the old dude, bro. Like you might as well.
I'm with
like
you. I'm
if
with
you want to maximize your chances of winning, I think Aaron Rodgers gives you the best chance to win over any quarterback they have in that room.
You know, the other thing I want to talk about too, because I put this team down as a free agency loser, but here the context, the Raiders. And the only reason that I'm saying that is because the 2 first-round picks that they were going to get for Crosby would have turned that franchise around like by next year if they hit on those picks. Like, I feel like the Raiders losing 2 first-round picks is massive for a team that's like that devoid of talent.
Well, they spent a lot in free agency.
That's what I'm saying. And then they lost it all. Not that they lost it all, but they lost the 2 first-round picks they thought they were getting. Like, I feel like that fucks a team up.
Well, here's the thing. They spent a lot in free agency because they thought Max Crosby was going to be off the books.
Correct.
So they acquired those 2 first-round picks, and now the trade got declined. And basically, like the Raiders, the Ravens said, "Fuck it, like we're out." Because they failed physical, which is that was fucking weird.
Yeah,
right. And it was. They
slimed them out
for sure. Slimed them out, bro. Like there's no doubt in my mind. But like to me, they overspent in free agency, which they were supposed to do because they had the most cap space.
Yeah,
right. And they had the number 1 overall pick. They were gonna go. They were gonna go get their franchise quarterback, and then they had to eat that contract again on Crosby. Now, look, I'm not saying eating the contract like that was a bad thing. Like I think Max Crosby is a cornerstone defensive piece.
He sets the temperature.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
He's a monster, bro. But like I feel like Trey Hendrickson don't get the respect because he doesn't have the Max Crosby swag.
He don't have aura.
Yeah,
like
and I think
Trey
that
Hendrickson don't have motion.
Yeah,
and he lacks motion, bro. For real, I'm not playing. He does, bro. He don't have motion. You know that's true.
Like
he's a baller, but he just don't have motion.
But I fuck with Max Crosby, bro. In the offseason, out here smoking Dutches and shit. Like I fuck with that.
Woods.
Man. Yeah. At the draft when they drafted Mendoza, he was
he had a wood, bro. He was proud of that wood.
Yeah, I fuck with that.
I'm proud of my wood.
We back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, don't forget about it. May 15th.
I'm never taking that down.
Never. It's part of us now.
My fault. All right, let's do this. Rapid fire offseason trades and signings, grades A through F. A means you were cooking. F means you fucking stink. Malik Willis to the Dolphins.
C-.
I have a C also. I probably would have had it as a B if they didn't deplete their whole fucking team. I feel really bad for Malik Willis because he's going into a situation just like the Titans. You sign him, you give him some money and take away all his weapons.
But like my thing is that like he was a Titans quarterback. They drafted him, and then it didn't work out in Tennessee. Then he went to Green Bay, and obviously like he might
looked good in spot starts.
Yeah, but that's it though, man. Like it's a small sample.
No. But I was saying that I'm with you. Like I'm in agreement with you. I'm saying no. You paid him all of that money and then took away his weapons.
Yeah, but I just think he was overhyped though. Even going into free agency, like I think he was way.
Who did they hire as their head coach?
Halfling.
Yes. I was going to say LaFleur, but he went to the Cardinals
from Green Bay.
Yeah,
which he might be a good coach.
Yeah,
we don't know,
and he's familiar with them.
But the problem is like you got rid of his best player.
That's what I'm saying. Who's he throwing to?
I mean, I feel bad for Devon Achane, but
yeah. Geno Smith to the Jets.
I got a slightly higher grade. I got a B here, and the only reason why is because it's a low risk and solid floor. And the Jets don't have a fucking quarterback, bro. Like I think Geno is a decent quarterback. I think he's decent.
B is crazy.
I don't think he's going to, because it's a low risk. They're not paying him a lot of money. They're not. They didn't give up anything to get him. And to have a stable quarterback like Geno, who has
he ain't stable, bro.
Look,
I know a lot of people that's not stable now.
Well, I mean, I get it, but like here's the thing.
He's not stable.
But hear me out though, bro. Like it's a low risk move. Like it's a low risk move. It's a solid floor, low risk. And the Jets haven't had a fucking quarterback. The Jets need something that can be competent. Like
did Justin Fields last year?
He's better than Justin Fields. Stop. Stop that. He's better than Justin Fields.
He might look just as bad as him, bro, because they got that fucking dummy as their head coach.
I'm taking Geno Smith over Justin Fields any day of the fucking week. I've seen Justin Fields, not dog. He can't even throw 50 yards in a game.
No, I'm with you because I've said this before. If it's Justin Fields or the field, I want the field.
I gave it a higher grade because I think it's just a low risk move. And the Jets, it's a bridge quarterback for them. You know, the next year they're going to go in the draft and go get a quarterback. Like they have to. Like that's their plan. They have to, bro.
I'll go C. I was going to say D.
For we'll see.
But yeah, I'll go C for we'll see though, because you swayed me a little bit. Just because, like, I know what you're saying. Like, I get the idea that you had. Like, how it can't get worse than Justin Fields.
That's what I'm saying.
So I will give you that. So I'll say it's an average signing.
Okay.
I'll go C on that. I'll go up from that D. Trey Hendrickson to the Ravens. I got an A.
I got an A+. I think that's he fits the Ravens identity. And like I said, the Ravens get to keep their first two, their 2 first-round picks. And Trey Hendrickson, he's a dog. He's a top 5 defensive end in the league. And I just think it's a home run. He fits their identity.
I'm with you. The only thing that worries me about Hendrickson is he lacks motion.
But here's the thing, though. The Ravens plucked away their division rivals, one of their best players.
That's a great point.
And when they play the Bengals, you know he's going to be amped for that.
Yeah.
And when you're playing against Joe Burrow, you have to get pressure on him. That's the only way you're going to beat him like that. Like you have to hit him. You have to get after him. And the Bengals offensive line is kind of shit. So like to me, like that's a perfect signing for them to beat the Bengals this year.
When you got Joey, you ain't got nothing to worry about, bro. Boya Mafe.
They got to worry about making the playoffs. That's
Boya Mafe to the Bengals.
I like this up. I think he's got upside. I got a C on here.
I got a B.
I got to see here. I think his upside is high. I think he showed a little inconsistency. But I just think he needs to prove himself to be that guy. So I'll go C here.
All right. Bradley Chubb to the Bills.
I got to see. This is a meh signing. To me, like, I think they overpaid a little bit for him. Yeah, that gives them a pass rush that they definitely need. They had Joey Bosa last year, who was like,
I didn't even know they had him.
He's still a free agent. So that tells you everything I need to know.
That's
about
the reason.
That. And, but yeah, it's a meh signing, dude. Like, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I'll be honest.
Your last one, Brick.
Yeah, facts.
I had a B on Bradley Chubb. Simply
interesting.
But it's because of the way that you described the Geno trade.
Okay.
It helps them. And like you said, I know it's a little bit of an overpay, but they did do that with Von Miller. They did that with Joey Bosa. That's kind of like the Bills' MO. That's kind they pay. They're like the way the Ravens sign defensive players is the way that the Ravens sign wide receivers.
Yeah.
Like they always go after the old head wide receivers. Like they always make the joke. Like they had Des Bryant, they had Odell Beckham, they had D-Hop. Like if you're at the end of your career and the Ravens sign you, you know it's curtains.
Oh, for sure.
You know it's over, bro.
You know it's
for
over.
whatever reason.
Yeah.
So that's probably
except
the
for
case
Steve
here.
Smith.
Steve Smith, he did have work over there. He did work over there. But for the majority of it, you know what it was.
You're done. Yeah.
But yeah, I really do like Bradley Chubb for them because I still think Bradley Chubb has some left in the tank, and I just think that it'll help them. And in our last pod 3 months ago, I mentioned that they got an offensive coach. They're going heavy offense. Get some defensive guys in there. Get some vets in there. Guys that could just that could just keep the boat steady.
Yeah.
And I think that Bradley Chubb can do that. DJ Moore to the Bills.
I got an A-, and I'm not a DJ Moore guy. I'm not. Well, let me explain myself. I think it definitely gives Josh Allen a proven wide receiver. I'm not saying he's a wide receiver 1 because I don't believe he is.
You can say it.
I think he's a fringe wide receiver 1, high wide receiver 2, and I think
I agree with you. I'm dead serious.
You know what I mean?
I do.
And
yes.
I think he fits the Bills scheme, right? Like, because to me, if DJ Moore is a guy that if you throw a screen pass, he could take it to the crib.
Yes,
he's got that kind of talent and elite speed.
He can break a game open.
Yeah. So to me, I like the signing because it gives Josh a proven wide receiver, and that's something that the Bills desperately need. It was a need. It was a need going into the offseason. It's been that need. You know, obviously they drafted Keon Coleman. They thought that he was going to be the guy. Turned out it wasn't the case. Too immature and missing meetings and shit. And just he was being benched, and they didn't even have any fucking wide receivers.
I was going to say, like, in fact, going back to like he's more immature than Marcus Houston.
So, but like, here's the thing, though, right? They got DJ Moore. I like Shakir being in the slot now. Like, I think he could fit in that slot. Like, I think it fits their scheme. So I give it an A-, although I'm not a big DJ Moore fan.
Yo, hold on. My cousin just messaged in here. He said, I guess he was talking about Max Crosby. He said he was ghosting this cigar.
He was, though.
He was.
It's facts.
If you inhale a cigar like that, bro.
Salute, yo.
Yeah, bro.
Salute.
Yeah, his lungs are deep, bro. He needs to get his vents
I've
cleaned.
been there, yeah.
I got DJ Moore to the Bills as an A. I think this was an awesome signing. I think it's right, just what the doctor ordered. It's a sure-handed guy for that. It's the first sure-handed wide receiver Josh Allen has had since Stephon Diggs, and he's got a better attitude than Stephon Diggs. And I think that DJ Moore can flip that Bills offense. You got a top 5 running back in James Cook, who's a fucking game breaker. You got Josh Allen. Like, for when you have somebody like Josh Allen, you just got to get him one reliable target that you know he can throw the ball to. And I also think that helps Josh Allen cut down on stupid plays, because if he's more comfortable and he feels more secure and he can trust a guy to throw the ball to, he doesn't have to play as erratic's probably a bad word, but as careless, because he has somebody that he knows he could throw the ball to and just get comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. I love that signing. That was my favorite signing of the whole.
Damn, you think James Cook is top 5?
Yeah, bro.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, bro.
Bijan,
Jameer, Saquon, Jameer Gibbs, CMC.
Derrick Henry, maybe?
I would take James Cook over Derrick Henry.
Okay.
He's better. He's a better pass catcher. And I just feel like he carried the Bills. He's been carrying the Bills.
Echane's
good.
He's really good. He might be 5. He might be 5.
I mean, top 5. I mean, but look, I say top 5, but I'm saying if he's 6 or 7,
it's arguable.
If you want to go,
it's arguable because he led the league in rushing.
He's a rushing champ. Arguable. Yeah, like I just feel like if you want to say Saquon, you want to. I mean, not for nothing. Saquon's coming off a down year.
Right now, I don't think Saquon's top 5.
Well, I was just going to say that. I was just going to say that if you want to, knock Saquon down a few spots, I won't argue with that. I mean, there's a legitimate argument that you could say that James Cook was better than Saquon.
For sure.
He is better than Saquon. Like, you can make that argument. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
but I'm saying, overall, I just feel like James Cook, man, he's like, to me, borderline underrated. Like, we had to think about putting him in the top 5, where I feel like he's already earned the respect. He is a solidified top 5 running back.
It's arguable.
He's a rushing champ. He's fucking carrying the Bills offense. Like, he's the offensive focal point besides Josh Allen.
That's fair. I don't hate that.
I mean, he's been fucking awesome, dude. 2 years ago, he had 18 touchdowns, 17 touchdowns, something like that. Like, bro, that shit don't grow on trees.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, it's arguable. It's for sure arguable. I have to go through a list, but maybe we'll do that one another pod.
Michael Pittman to the Steelers. I got an A for that. I thought that was for a 6th-round pick. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think that's a great signing.
Yeah, I got a B+. I think again, it's a high upside, low cost. I think he fits the Steelers. You pair him with DK Metcalf. It was like I said, dude, they got him for nothing. And when you can get a guy with a good track record of getting 100 catches and being productive in his league for a long time with kind of shit quarterback play, honestly, like it might happen again.
Unless they have Rodgers, though, because to be honest here, like if you put Rodgers on that offense, like I could see it a little bit
with Mike McCarthy.
With Mike McCarthy, who's an offensive guy, you have Aaron Rodgers. They drafted a guard. You got DK, and now DK will be better because he has somebody on the other side of the ball that could catch. It's not Calvin Ridley. It's like last year, their second best wide receiver was fucking who's the running back? I can't think of his name, from the Eagles. Gainwell. Like, he was legitimately like, there was a point last year through like 10, 11 games, you could have made an argument that he was better than DK Metcalf.
Yeah, but I also think that you get an offensive mind coach too now. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, that all plays into it.
Tomlin was a defensive guy.
Yeah.
And I think that when you get Mike McCarthy in there, like, I think that
he's going to take over play calling. He's going to take over all that. It's not Arthur Smith anymore.
Agreed.
Like, I just feel like the Steelers were big winners, man. The Steelers are going to be sneaky next year if Rodgers returns.
We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I just feel like, for me, I'm disappointed with Pittsburgh just because, like, you're having a 40-something-year-old quarterback kind of keep you hostage again.
On your pockets.
I don't really fuck with that, man.
Yeah. Romeo Doubs to the Patriots.
I gotta be here. I think Romeo Doubs is a really good player. I think he's shown flashes last year that he can be a wide receiver, a high wide receiver number 2. Obviously, he fit into a lot of pieces with Green Bay last year. Like they had Matthew Golden, Jalen Reed didn't play a lot, but they had a lot of wide receivers over there that were productive, and he kind of fit their mold. And it's kind of the same scheme with New England. Like New England's got some decent wide receivers. Like they're not household names, but they were productive.
Butte was good.
Kyle Williams.
Was good. They're running. Ramondre Stevenson had a big year. He had a good year last year. Ramondre Stevenson.
And then Travion Henderson.
And now you add Dobbs to that. That's
Hunter
good.
Henry had a decent year.
I think that's B. I think that's a B.
I think it's a B signing.
And I think that if the Patriots do get AJ Brown, man, I think that that's a really solid squad.
And it gives Drake May another playmaker.
Correct.
No matter what. Because I've seen that Dobbs make some plays where I was like, holy shit.
Dobbs can play, dude.
He's good, man.
Dobbs can play.
I really fuck with him. So I like that signing for them.
Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Jets.
I got an A here. I mean, you can get a premier corner or a premier safety in this league for a fucking 7th round pick.
I thought was it a 7th?
The 7th round.
I thought it was a 5th. That's crazy.
A 7th round pick. Like I think that's a home run. Like I mean, he's a Pro Bowl caliber player. They signed him right after they traded for him. 3 years, I believe, $40 million. So like, I think it was a great value for the Jets. I personally like this signing. I think to me, like he's going to bring a lot of leadership to that locker room, to that defense. And when you can get for a 7th round pick is laughable. But the only thing that scares me is that the Dolphins traded him within division. And that always spells trouble. And I think
7th.
You know why it always feels off to me when teams do that is because I remember when the Eagles traded Donovan McNabb to the Redskins.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, bro.
It always sticks with me. Dude.
Because they knew he was done.
They knew he was washed.
They didn't fear him anymore.
Exactly.
And he went there and he was fucking washed.
Yeah, dude. And I always think about that.
Too.
Every time a team trades within the division, I always think of that trade.
I'm right there with you. I mean, even last year, you think about it like with Parsons, dude. Jerry wasn't traded Michael Parsons to the fucking Eagles. No way. Unless they did something crazy. But I'm just saying, you just don't do that. But Minkah Fitzpatrick, I also have an A.
Yeah, I like that signing a lot.
I think the Jets had a pretty good offseason, including free agency. The problem is I think they have a dumbass as a head coach. Like I think Aaron Glenn, and I loved Aaron Glenn going there, but like after watching his interviews and like you're a defensive guy, your defense don't have one pick.
Falling asleep at the combine.
Like that's crazy, bro. That's just crazy to me. Dexter Lawrence to the Bengals. I got another A. I think that's awesome for them, dude. Again, you have to do something. You have to do something.
I'm with you. I got a B+ here though. I think it's definitely a defensive line upgrade. I think them losing Trey Hendrickson is a bigger loss.
They replaced him with 2 players though. An ascending guy.
Yeah, Mafe
Butte. Or not Mafe Butte. I forget his name.
Boya Mafe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it. I just think that Dexter Lawrence, like he's a good player. I think they paid him to be great.
Fair.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like I think when the Eagles played against them, like we weren't really worried about Dexter Lawrence. Like we didn't talk about him as crazy. Like he's good. He's a good player.
Our offensive line was also lit.
Yeah, but he's a good player. But you don't hear him in the talks of being the top defensive lineman in the league, though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Nobody talks about Dexter Lawrence like he's top 5.
But it goes back to what we were saying, man. Like with Limbaum, like sometimes you just when you are that
desperate
or desperate, probably a better word. When you're that desperate, bro, like sometimes you just got to do shit to do it because like at this point, like the Bengals haven't made the playoffs in what 3 years?
They need it.
Like you're just wasting Joe Burrow's career, bro. Like Joe Burrow's a fucking premier quarterback and he's going to waste.
Yeah, I know.
For real. Like he's going to waste.
I mean, he missed the playoffs back-to-back years. That's crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, I know a guy, he goes by Uno, goes by Mr. February, never missed the playoffs. Never that. Jalen Waddle to the Broncos. We're going to talk about this in a minute, so just give it a grade. Don't elaborate.
I got an A.
I got a C.
That's crazy. What?
I got a C.
No.
Yeah.
Why? A C?
We're going to talk about it next.
All right, that's fair.
Rico Dowdle to the Steelers.
I got a B+.
I had a B also because I think that's a really good backfield
I think it's
tandem.
a great signing. It's one of the most underrated signings in the offseason.
Yeah. Hold on one second. All right, here we go. Let's talk about it. All right. Who was the best value to acquire in a trade? Broncos got Jalen Waddle and a 4th round pick. The Dolphins got Denver's 2026 1st round pick, which was 30th overall, a 3rd and a 4th.
Yeah, they got a haul.
Denver got smoked, bro.
And then who else? And then who else we got?
Well, no, I was just going off of that one. Then we want to talk about that one.
I think we're gonna pick the best value.
Oh, my fault. I read that wrong. Okay, Steelers. They got Michael Pittman and a 2026 seventh rounder and the Colts got a Steelers 2026 sixth rounder. Wild. Bills got DJ Moore and the Bears fifth round pick this year, and the Bears got a Bills 2026 second round pick. For me, the one
who's the best value in that, and it, like when we're evaluating those three trades, who do you think came out on top?
It's got to be Denver. I mean, it's got to be the Dolphins. It has to be the Dolphins. And I know you can point at the Steelers, but like Denver got smoked, dog, for real. Like I think it's crazy.
Why do you
like,
say that based on the comps of the other two players?
Like my thing is like I just feel like Denver gave up way too much. Like I think Waddle's overrated. Like I don't think that his best season was 3 years ago. I think he's a good wide receiver. He's just not a game changer. And a first rounder, a third, and a fourth for that is fucking crazy to me.
I disagree with him not being a game changer, though.
I
think he's a game changer. I just think he hasn't been healthy.
That's also a problem.
True.
You gave up 3 high picks for him. Like,
but if you think about it, in Denver's position, they were literally knocking on the doorstep of the Super Bowl.
But
you got to make a move. Like you get him with Sutton.
But my thing is you got there.
I love that move.
The only reason they didn't get to the Super Bowl was because Bo Nix got hurt. Like they have Courtland Sutton, and who's the other wide receiver from Oregon? Bo Nix played with them in college. I had him in fantasy.
I'm blanking out.
Me too. I'm shooting a blank. Troy Franklin.
Yeah, he's good.
Troy Franklin's nice.
Yeah, but
Troy Franklin.
But you got Jalen Waddle?
Too heavy of a price, bro.
I get it, but like you said, like earlier, right? Like sometimes you gotta pay the piper, dude. And when you're that close to a Super Bowl and you have a roster that didn't lose much, in my opinion, right? Like I just think that like that's a swing for the fences type of move. But I think I like that for them.
But I think it was unnecessary because you went bar for bar with the Bills.
Right.
So and you only didn't make the Super Bowl because you got hurt. Because let's be honest, like the Patriots were trash.
Jalen Waddle's a good fucking player.
He is good, but is Jalen Waddle a top 10 running wide receiver?
No, I don't think
is he a top 15 wide receiver? No.
No, but he's arguably top 20.
Yeah.
Arguably. I don't know if that's true, but like he's a good player. He's a game changer too, man.
I don't think he's a game changer.
I do.
Bro.
I actually do. I think he makes big time catches. I think he's a home run player too. Like you throw him a short pass, he could take it to the crib. And I think that's what Denver needs because they have a field stretcher in Sutton already. So when you pair him with Speed and Waddle, that's a dynamic duo, man. And Courtland Sutton is nothing. He's fucking awesome. Like he's a great wide receiver. He had a great year last year.
I fuck with Courtland.
You got Bo Nix coming off an injury. We don't know how he's going to look, right? But at least you give him another weapon to make big plays where you don't have to dink and dunk and get your way to the red zone. Like you can actually get big plays, and that's what Waddle's for. And I think that like I said, when you pair him with Sutton and Franklin and their running game along with that quarterback, along with Sean Payton, I think it's a home run for him.
But like my thing is, Rose, look at this.
And I'm not saying that's the best value.
I got you.
I think the best value to me is Michael Pittman.
Absolutely, I'm with you.
No matter what.
But the best value, yeah. But I also like I genuinely believe that the Dolphins smoked Denver, bro. Like you paid a first, which was 30th overall, a third, and a fourth. The guy last year had 900 yards and 6 tutties. Like the year before that,
that's not bad.
744 yards and 2 tutties.
But he was hurt.
He only missed 2 games.
In that year?
In 24.
Tua was hurt too.
So he's not a game changer.
I mean, he's a game changer. They had nothing at quarterback, bro. Their franchise quarterback was out at the time.
They've been telling me, I've been hearing that Tua is trash.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he's
no scandals.
At the time,
no
he was a franchise
issues,
quarterback.
Just a dog shit.
But that was the year
player.
he got concussed and he was fucked up for a minute.
So Jalen Waddle's last really good season was in 2022. That was the last time he played a full season. He had 75 receptions, 117 targets, 1,356 yards, 8 touchdowns.
That's good. That
is good. I'm not saying that. But
now you get a better quarterback.
That was 3 years ago.
Yeah, but you got a better quarterback. And then now you have him with Sutton, who's going to take a lot of pressure off of Waddle too. Like he's not going to be double teamed. Like I think Waddle is one of those shifty guys that could take it all the way to the crib on a short pass, and that's what you need. I think it's a home. If he could stay healthy, that's a home run for Denver, man. And obviously, if Bo Nix comes back and he's looking like he did in the playoffs or in the regular season last year, I think it's a home run for Denver, man. I think Denver. Yeah, they paid a decent price for him, but like to get a player of Jalen Waddle's caliber, you got to pay up.
I mean, all of those though that we just mentioned, like I love all of those. Even
Me too. Yeah.
Like even for the Bills, like I said, man, like you got a real wide receiver over there now. Like
Agreed.
DJ Moore is really fucking good, man. And like I'm looking forward to that January conversation where Josh has like 5 turnovers and we blame DJ Moore.
Why are we going here already, dude? Well, no, I mean, what you're going back to the Stephon Diggs talk?
No,
that was facts.
I want to talk about
that was a straight fact.
I didn't mention Stephon.
It went right through his fucking.
Oh, yo,
hands.
shout out Stephon Diggs though. Dude's he's in court for rape and was checking out the girl that accused him of rape as she was walking out.
He's a dog, bro.
He's a wild motherfucker.
He's cold,
bro.
Yo.
He is, bro. He's a sicko.
Yeah.
He went sicko mode. But yeah, I look forward to that DJ Moore shit.
That's crazy.
You know I had to throw it in there, bro. I could not do that. It's been 3 months.
They're going all the way.
Yeah. Who? You gonna stamp that?
Who? The Buffalo?
Yeah, you gonna stamp that?
I can stamp it. I think they're gonna go all the way. I think this is gonna be their year.
You think this is the year?
I hope so. I hope so, man. They got the best quarterback in the league.
All right, who had the best draft?
Is that where we're
or
at?
You can mention a few. Well, I'm just doing it because it's a little bit better order.
I like that.
Because then I want to go to Fernando and then we'll talk about the Eagles.
The best draft that I really like what Tennessee did. I know that everybody thinks they reached for Carnell Tate, but I think if you can get a wide receiver one in that draft, I think you got to do it.
Oh, by the way, on that, fuck Malik Neighbors. That was the gayest shit ever, what he did on this thing.
Yeah, that's corny.
That really was. Yeah, it wasn't gay. It was corny.
Yeah.
It was corny as hell. You don't do that, bro, because you haven't even made an impact on this league, and you're not even going to be available in October.
He made an impact.
Or not an impact, but he hasn't done a Justin Jefferson thing. He hasn't done an AJ Brown thing.
Not yet.
He hasn't. But I know that. But I'm just saying, like, you haven't earned the right to talk like that about somebody being drafted.
Yeah.
So I misspoke a little bit.
And Parsons too. I didn't like what Parsons said about the Eagles too. Like when he was interviewing.
It's because he hates being in Green Bay, but he's
when he was interviewing Kai. Like I didn't like that. I thought that was corny as hell. It's like, yo, bro, you're not in Dallas anymore.
Yeah. He's such a hater, bro.
It felt like he was still in Dallas when he made that comment, and I hated that. I mean, obviously he's always once a Cowboy, always a Cowboy.
Just like Dez.
Yeah, I like Tennessee's draft. I think he's got some swag, and I like Carnell Tate, dude. I think he was awesome in Ohio State. And I think it's going to translate. I think, having a young quarterback in Cam Ward, you gave him a weapon to build for the future, to build right now. Like, that's what you got to do. You got to help your young quarterback.
And they still got Adedeo over there.
Yeah. So I did like that. And they also drafted Keldrick Falk and linebacker Anthony Hill Jr. to help their young defense. Like, to me, they balanced their draft. They got defensive help, and they also got wide receiver help. So, like, to me, I just think Tennessee, I love their draft. I think they hit a home run.
The best draft, the Cleveland motherfucking Browns, bro.
Really?
The Cleveland Browns did put work in.
They had a good draft.
For real, bro. They got Spencer Fano, big ass, bro. He gave up 0 sacks in the entire.
That was the dude with the dress?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. I didn't forget about that because you texted me.
Because as soon as it happened, he came out and I just said, simply, no shade, nothing. Is bro wearing a dress? That's all I had to, because I don't know what fashion is anymore, bro. Fashion is now is just like, yo, who could put on the wildest shit to draw attention to themselves?
Bro, really did though.
Bro, but he gave up 0 sacks in 2025, and in his college career gave up a total of 3 sacks. In his college career, bro. Yeah. That is crazy. And that's going to be great for Shedeur Sanders. They picked up Casey Concepcion. They picked up Denzel Boston. They picked up Emmanuel McNeil Warren. They picked up Austin. I'm a barber. They picked up Parker Brailsford. They got Justin Jefferson. I don't know if he's Jettas, but we'll call him Jettas Jr. They got Roy. They got Tay. So I think they had, I like what they did for real. I like what the Eagles did, getting Kai, which was crazy because the Steelers were on the phone with him, and Howie slipped in and did his thing. They got Stowe in the second round, which was good, Eli Stowers. And then I got the Cowboys. Stole Caleb Downs at 11. That's a great pick for them.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a great pick. That's a great fucking pick for them. I mean, they ain't going to do shit because they're not going to make the playoffs. That's an 8-win team at best. But I thought it was good for them. All right. Worst draft. The Rams.
I'm with you, dude. I had them on my list too. Number one.
I just don't get it, bro. Like, you fell short last year. Your wide receiver one's a fuckboy. Tay's a year older, and you draft a player for 2028 or 2029. I don't understand that. Now, I know you signed McDuffie to help your defense. You still do have Puka. Can you trust him? You still have Kyron. You still have Tay. Like, could you have went and got like a tight end to help Matthew Stafford out? Get a fucking guard. Get another defensive guy. What are you doing drafting for 2-3 years from now? Like, Matthew Stafford just won an MVP. He threw for 4,000 yards. Like, I don't understand that pick, bro. I don't understand that at all. I thought that was ridiculous.
I'm with you on that. I think it was very premature because we don't know what Matthew Stafford's status is. Like we talked about it earlier, but unless Matthew Stafford went to the front office and said, "Hey, this is my last year, bar none, whether we win or not," then I could see, okay, like I'm with you. But again, Ty Simpson, we don't even know if he's going to pan out. So now he's going to sit a whole year. And then what are you going to do? You're going to rely on Ty Simpson to take you to the promised land when Matthew Stafford leaves. When you have Puka, you have Devontae, you got Kyron, you got, you just bolstered your defense. Like, I just don't think that, like, I didn't like that for them. I feel like they could have got another quarterback, a veteran quarterback to possibly get them over the hump, like maybe a guy that needs to prove himself, like a Sam Darnold type of shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that would be a perfect fit for what they already have. Like, so now they're putting all their eggs in one basket with Ty Simpson. Like, he has to be like he has to be as good as
you better hit.
Yeah, you got to hit on that draft pick. Like, to me, I didn't like that for them. And again, because I feel like, again, they're knocking on the door of the Super Bowl. You can get an impactful player at 13. And if not, then fucking trade the pick.
Yeah, trade that. Do what the Bills did.
Yeah, trade what down, the Bills did. Acquire more picks for next year.
The Bills had an awesome draft, dude, because it was like they need to get talent. They need to get as much talent as possible. They kept trading down. If the player wasn't there, whoever they loved, whatever the story may be, but they were making smart moves, though.
They're like the Eagles. The Eagles either move up or they trade. They always
savvy
trade.
Shit. And look at the Eagles, man. The Eagles are always in contention. So, like, I did fuck with that for real.
Yeah. No, I'm waiting.
And you know who else I thought had not like it wasn't terrible, but like the Giants. Like, I know Arvell Reese fell, but like I don't like that. Like, I didn't think that they needed to spend top draft capital on another edge, especially when your wide receiver 2 was Darnell Mooney.
I agree.
Like, I feel like they could have went out and got Carnell Tate, Carnell Tate, he went before them, right? Was the Titans the fourth pick? Yeah, sorry.
He was the first wide receiver drafted.
I would rather go see them like reach more than the Saints and go get Jordan Tyson or something. Like, I just felt like they didn't need to go get an edge. I don't feel like at a top 5 pick, I don't feel like you needed to get another edge. I don't think so. I really don't. That might be controversial, but that's genuinely how I feel.
I don't think you can go wrong with that position, though. Like, I feel like the more dogs you got on the defensive line, I think
that's a good point.
The better success you might have, too. Like, if an injury goes down, you got depth, right? Like, and I always look at defensive line. Ever since the Giants beat the Patriots, the undefeated Patriots, I look at having a defensive line so differently, dude. Like, that made the whole Super Bowl for them. Like, they won the Super Bowl because of their defensive line, their ability to get after the quarterback relentlessly. It didn't fucking matter, man.
Who lost that Super Bowl?
The Patriots did. Yeah, I'm with you, but I think that's a recipe for success. Like, I think
it's crazy because I remember rooting for the Patriots to lose because I was a Peyton fan and I didn't want them to win more Super Bowls. But like, I look back on it now and it's like, I wish I embraced it because it was so cool watching the Warriors win 73 games. And like, looking back on that, like, to see a perfect season of 19-0, like, it would have been 18-0 at that time, right?
19-0.
Yeah. It would have been fucking 3 playoff games. Sorry. It would have been awesome to see that, like, being able to see that. Like, you did it all season. That was the year, bro, that Who was that backup? Was it Matt Castle came in and threw the pick 6 when they were up like 41
against the Redskins?
41-6, bro. And he put Brady back in.
And what did he do?
Like that was amazing.
Yeah.
You can't do that now, bro. You'll get you'll get charged with a hate crime.
Yeah, you actually really would though. Which is corny.
They would kill people for doing that now, bro. You can't do that.
The head coach would be criticized. The whole franchise would be criticized. It would be ugly.
What do you think about Nando?
I like him, dude. I think he has a lot of swag. I think he talks in optimism. Like he's very optimistic person. He's upbeat. I think that's the sign of a true leader, and you need that in your quarterback. Like if your quarterback is confident, he's optimistic, and he's hungry to get on the same page with his whole team. I think that's great. I think those are great traits. Now, look, will it translate on the field is a different story, right? But I think going into his rookie year, having that his personality, I think is going to go a long way. So I think he's going to have a good career. The problem is the team he's drafted on too. Like the Raiders don't really have a good track record on quarterbacks for a long time now. So but again, they got Brady there, who's part of the owner. I don't know how much that helps.
They got Coobs.
Yeah,
they got GT.
I do like Kubiak.
They got Bowers. I think that Fernando Mendoza's a culture setter, a culture changer. Like I think he's that impactful of a leader. I think he's got charisma. I think he believes in himself to a fault, like delusional belief in himself, which you need. You need that to be great. Like I think he has all of the shit you can't teach, all the intangibles. I mean, do you think the Raiders would prefer to have Mendoza, over the next 10 years, win them a Super Bowl? Or do you think they would prefer him to throw for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns?
A Super Bowl. Because when you have a number 1 overall pick, that's what you invest in.
Okay.
You're investing.
Weird how that works. I was just curious on that.
Well, why are you asking that?
Because I don't really know. Like, I don't know what the standard is anymore. So I'm trying to, I know we came back. It's a 271. We had a three-month layoff. And I did a lot of self-reflecting and looking in the mirror.
That's good. You should.
And I was trying to figure it out. Like, I was thinking to myself, like, how do I get better? How do I understand this culture more? And I'm working on it.
Yeah, but I mean, winning the Super Bowl is the ultimate goal. That's everybody's dream every year. It's their ultimate goal is to win the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing for 5,000 yards shows what kind of player you are. You're elite. You're an elite player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you didn't win the Super Bowl, but you're still an elite player. Like I always think that. You know what I mean? Like, did you call Peyton Manning an elite player before he won a Super Bowl? Of course you did. He was an elite quarterback. He didn't win the Super Bowl yet, but yeah, he was still an elite quarterback.
All right.
Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying.
I know what you're correlating to, and I can feel.
Yo, please, yo.
Nah.
In 271, we're not making assumptions.
I don't make assumptions. I know what you're doing. It's not an assumption.
I don't know what I'm doing. Does anybody in the chat? Do you know what I'm doing?
Your chat is crazy. You're talking about Mr. Josh Allen. You're talking about Joe Burrow and all them guys that throw for 5,000 yards and don't win the Super Bowl. That's fair. But they're still elite players.
Do you know any quarterbacks that throw for 3 bands and win Super Bowls?
Yeah, Sam Darnold did.
Who else?
Jalen Hurts won.
Mm-hmm. Please don't call him that.
Uno. I'm sorry, Uno.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, you're Uno Jr.
Uno Jr. Never getting rid of him, bro. Uno Jr., bro. I felt so confident when I woke up this morning.
Yeah,
bro. I walked out there and Allison was like, "Good morning, babe," and I just told her, "I'm like, yo, rent's due. I'm going to work."
Rent's due.
Rent's due. I'm going to work. All right. Let's talk about the Eagles.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we picked Makai Lemon, Kai. Who's a player comp? Because I know everybody's saying Steve Smith and all these wide receivers. I know Steve Smith probably stands out as the easiest one to go to, but I dug a little deeper on this. I went with Jarvis Landry.
Interesting. I have a different answer.
I went with Juice.
I'm glad.
I went with Juice. And the reason I went with Juice is because a smaller dog possession receiver. Jarvis Landry was tough as shit.
I agree.
He was tough as shit. So I didn't want to just say I'm here and say, oh yeah, Steve Smith. And I don't like really comparing to legends. You know how I am like that. Like I hate that. When somebody has like a good year and it's like, oh my God, he's the next fucking Tom Brady. I don't like that. So we could start low. Juice was a good wide receiver. He wasn't anything crazy, but Juice was a good wide receiver. And he reminds me of him. Like I feel like if Makai Lemon had I would like him to be a little bit better than Jarvis Landry, but not as injury prone and shit like that. But
yeah, but I think when we talk about player comp, I think we talk about like traits. What are they good at? What do they excel at? Like that. The player.
Makai Lemon is good over the middle. He's good at contested catches. He's good at fighting for extra yards. He's a fucking awesome route runner.
Hey, it doesn't mean they have to be the next so and so.
He's a utility knife for an offense.
Well, that's perfect because the guy that I had in mind was Amon-Ra St. Brown. Short area quickness, he could thrive in the slot, the motion, screen passes. Like I think that he fits Amon-Ra's mold. Like I think he could be the next Amon-Ra if he's utilized correctly. Too.
There's a lot of
I think that's
pressure.
That's like the perfect comp for him. Like I feel like when I watch him play in USC, right?
That's where I watch
Amon-Ra, they are like the same fucking player. So like I feel like Amon-Ra is definitely a comp to Makai Lemon. And like I said, like the Eagles have to utilize him correctly. It's got to be the right scheme and everything. They have to get him involved early on. I mean, look, you don't move up in the draft to grab a wide receiver when you already have a receiver room with Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Wicks, Hollywood Brown. Like the Eagles have a really good wide receiver room if they keep AJ Brown. Obviously, I don't know if that's going to be the case, and that's the reason why they drafted Lemon. But the Eagles, to me, like they don't strike me as a team to draft a wide receiver regarding of who they have, because the Eagles draft the best player available.
Yep.
The Eagles don't really necessarily draft a position of need.
That's always been how
they always draft the best player available. And I like that because injuries can happen and you can get somebody to step up and they're on a rookie contract. And then that way, that veteran that got hurt, you might be able to move off of him. Right. And acquire picks for the next year's draft and then use them picks to move up and go get another younger player. Like to me, like I think that is the model, right? And that the Eagles follow. So I love the pick. I think it was great. I don't think to me when they drafted him, it spelled AJ Brown to be out of here. Obviously, it looks that way.
Yeah.
Because it's not June 1st yet. And obviously, I think the Eagles are probably going to move off of AJ after June 1st, possibly. But I didn't look at that pick and say, yeah, AJ Brown's out of here. I looked at that as the Eagles are the best player in the draft at the 20
If they fuck
spot.
around and keep AJ Brown, you got Smitty on the outside and you're putting Makai Lemon in the slot and Wicks is your fourth wide receiver. That tells me that they're going full Sean Mannion. And I think Nick Sirianni needs to watch his ass.
Well, I also think that that makes the Eagles probably the best wide receiver room in the league.
It's not even close, bro.
I don't think it would be close. I mean, obviously the Bengals have a really good one.
The Cowboys, but the separator would be Makai Lemon reaching.
It's the depth pieces after that make the difference. Like Makai Lemon's upside, and you got Dontavian Wicks upside. Like I think Dontavian Wicks is so fucking slept on, dude. I think he's really good.
He is.
The problem with him is he drops a lot of passes. Like that was his biggest knock in Green Bay. And but yeah, I think I like what the Eagles did. And I like Lemon. I think he's going to be a really good player. Again, I just think that we have to utilize him correctly.
I'm with you. All right, Eagles. AJ Brown. Sadly, I think AJ's gone. After seeing the Cooper DeJean, I don't know. Did you see the Cooper
I did see that. Yeah. That was right?
He sounded like somebody that knew he was on his way out. I'm still holding out hope. Like, I don't think it's definitive because I don't think Howie will budge because Howie knows what he wants and he gets what he wants. But I think if the Eagles do trade him, unless something has happened over the last few months with the locker room and Jalen and AJ, losing him will suck. But I think that the locker room would get stronger.
So you think it's an addition by subtraction?
To a degree, yes. It's still hard to lose him because he's fucking incredible. Like you can't replace him. And I wouldn't say that like the Eagles did enough to replace him, but like Wicks, he's good. Don't listen to Wikipedia. He's good.
It's Wick, man. Don't listen to Wikipedia.
Smitty is like that. You got Lemon. Quan is still there. I mean, I know Jalen can't throw over the middle. I know he's a borderline starter. He stinks and all that shit. But I still think that they have adequate pieces and they're still the best team in the division with or without A.J. Brown. And that's where I'm at on that. I would love A.J. Brown to stay. I'm holding out hope that he stays. But I honestly, dude, I don't know. Like, I was on the train that he was staying for a long ass time. Like, I always held on hope to it. Like the other day at his Eagles camp, like he was saying, don't listen to them out there. I love all of you. Like, I didn't really know how to interpret that because I could 100% see it as an interpretation of bye. I still love you guys. Don't worry about it. I'm still for the community. But I could also see it as like, he's not talking to the media because he's saying like, I'm not giving you guys anything. Fuck you.
Okay.
Because they always, they do though. They do twist his words.
How many years does AJ have left on his deal? 2?
2 or 3.
So the Eagles aren't necessarily forced to trade him unless they wanted to shed the cap.
Yeah, no.
Right. So to me, it's like I was on the train that he was going to go, and based on the sounds of it, it does sound like it. But if I had to guess, if I had to make a prediction, I think AJ Brown's going to remain a Philadelphia Eagle because I think drafting Mekhi Lemon can also learn from AJ Brown. And who better? Like you can learn from Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. And to me, like I just feel like why trade a premier guy? And here's the thing: it's not even guaranteed that New England's going to give up a first-round pick and a third-round pick for him. Like the asking price seemed to be a first and a third from the last report that I've seen.
Well, I read today,
guaranteed that a team is going to do that.
I read today if it's a 2028 first rounder, they want a second. They want a first and a third if it's next year's draft. So if you get it's either a 2027 first rounder and a 2027 third rounder.
I like that.
Or a first round 2028 and a second round 2020.
But that wouldn't be smart for the team to do that trade though, because in 2028, I mean, AJ Brown is 2 years older.
Correct.
I'm not saying that he's old, but like, I mean, he'll
been
in the league for a little while. Yeah, he'll be 30. And it's like, at that point, like, you don't know where the state of your team's going to be. Yeah. Like, what if you need that first round pick to go get a quarterback? Like,
and you also,
don't fucking know, bro.
All the drama surrounding the Patriots, why the fuck would he want to go there? Because I'm not even sure if Vrabel's going to be the coach.
Well, I mean, I think he will.
Because Russ didn't even come out and say what she's got to say. Say what you need to say.
Yeah, but it's always he says, she says.
He is, but if she's starting, who knows what the fuck she's got, bro.
But we don't know what Vrabel said behind closed doors. He could have kept it a buck with his team and said, yeah, I was fucking her. Like, straight up.
I think he came out and admitted it in the press conference. She was the one, though, who was capping because she said that it was false.
In the statement where she resigned
she said it was false from the Athletic. Yeah, she said that was false. And then he came out and apologized for it. I was like, oh, so you really were slapping cheeks for 6 years.
For sure. For sure, bro. Like,
oh, yeah, he was. I mean, you don't go to Arizona and hold hands like that we saw Arizona, bro. It's beautiful there.
It's beautiful.
I wouldn't want to hold your hand on a rooftop. I would have, but I didn't want to.
Yeah, I know you like that.
I'm like that. I'm comfortable. So that's where I'm at on that. Who was your favorite Eagles signing this offseason?
My favorite Eagle. I wrote that down.
It's got to be Reek.
No, I didn't have a favorite.
Oh, you didn't? I liked Reek.
I didn't have a favorite because I like what the Eagles did. I think they rebuilt their depth everywhere. And I think that is how the Eagles stay at the top of the league because injuries do happen and competition is always good in camp. It makes players better that are ahead of them. So like to me, they added speed at wide receiver. They got Goddard back and they reshaped their secondary with Reek. So like to me, I like what they did overall. There's not a specific signing that I'm like infatuated with though.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
You know what I'm infatuated with?
Anal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right. And we gotta finish off the show with talking about Uno because it
smells like shit in here, bro.
I apologize.
It smells horrible, bro.
So with the Jalen, I'm starving. With the Jalen Hurts chatter, there was a lot of nonsense going on this off season. So I want to address it. You want to go first or you want me to go first?
No, it's your man.
Because I think it's bullshit. That is my man. He's the man I need.
Explain why, though. Explain it. Was it fair or unfair?
Completely unfair.
But why was it unfair?
Because they're making it out to seem that, Jalen Hurts is holding the Eagles back. And I simply say, holding them back from what? From what? 2 Super Bowls in 4 years? I don't get it. When has the standard of excellence or the standard of winning become throwing for 4,000 yards and 35 touchdowns? When has that been it? What is he holding them back from? Like, if you think Jalen Hurts is holding back the Eagles, respectfully, you're a fucking idiot. JJ McCarthy held teams back. Kyler Murray has held teams back. That is not what is happening with Jalen Hurts. It's not. It simply is not, bro. It's not. Let's go over his draft class. The 2020 quarterback draft class. Playoff wins. Hurts, 6. Burrow, 5. Jordan Love, 1 playoff win. Never been higher than a 7th seed. But yo, that talent, bro. For real. Don't matter if he ever comes to fruition, but that talent is there. Let's talk about my favorite guy, Justin. Just incredible. Herbert. What's that? 0 fucking playoff wins. He's had 4 offensive coordinators in 6 years. Missed the playoffs 3 times in 6 years. Hasn't won a single fucking playoff game. And in fact, was the reason that the team lost those playoff games. Then you go to Tua. Miami's paying 100 M's for him not to be there. Why is this? They were all first rounders except Jalen. Why is Jalen Hurts, the 2nd round pick, held to a higher standard than all of those quarterbacks? What is it? It doesn't make sense. He's not holding the Eagles back. There's no argument for that. Sam Darnold was 14-3 with the Vikings. They went to JJ McCarthy. They won 7 games in and out of the lineup. That is holding a team back because they brought the whole fucking team back from Sam Darnold. That is what holding a team back is. It's not. It is not what Jalen Hurts is. You're like, we're going off of recency bias. Like, excuse me, not for nothing. You can make an argument, and you know I like Dak Prescott. You can make an argument that Dak Prescott in years past has held the Cowboys back. You want to blame his defense last year? Okay, fine. I'm not going to argue with that. But Dak Prescott for three straight years had a top 10 defense, 10 interceptions, 10 sacks, 2 wide receivers with 1,000 yards, 1,000-yard rusher, threw for 4 bands, threw for 35 touchdowns. And got the shit beat out of him in that Packers game. He was the reason they lost. My guy threw the dagger in the Super Bowl to win the game. Dak Prescott threw the dagger to lose the game before halftime against the Packers. The youngest team to win a playoff in NFL history and the first ever 7 seed to knock off a 2 seed. Jalen Hurts has never had one of those games in the playoffs. You want to say that he threw for 130 yards and 1 touchdown. Okay, did he win the game? It is a skill not turning the ball over.
But that's where
it is a skill to win football games. He's not holding the Eagles back. If you could change it, I would love somebody to enlighten me on that. What is holding a team back?
No, and I'm with you. I think that might be the wrong thing to say. Like, I don't think he's holding the team back. But again, we go back to Jalen Hurts. It's always been an eye test thing. Obviously, he's won the Super Bowl. Obviously, he's been in 2 of them. But those are the 2 games out of his entire career where we could say, yeah, those were memorable games. Outside of that, you can't really remember a game where you were like, yo, he lit that shit up.
You crazy. The Bills 2 years ago.
Except for the Rams when in the second half, when they came back and won. That was an awesome performance.
The Vikings this year, he had a perfect quarterback rating.
Right.
The Bills 2 years ago, when he threw the dime to Zacchaeus in double coverage.
This was last year?
2 years ago, when they were going through, when they had that first meltdown at the end of the season, when they were winning all them close ass crazy games, to come back against the Chiefs, to come back against the Bills.
But here's the thing though. It's like, because Jalen Hurts this year had 2 games in the second half where he didn't complete a pass.
Yes.
That's what people are holding on to.
It's unacceptable.
It's unacceptable, right? Like, it was against the Buccaneers, and I believe it was against the Bills. Yeah, it was the
Buccaneers and the Bills.
And it's like, and he was like 15 of 16 for $130. He was lighting the Buccaneers up in the first half. Then the second half, it's like, what the fuck? That was a different player.
You don't think that has anything to do with play calling and scheme?
I don't, because in the first half we didn't make that excuse.
But they didn't make adjustments in the Buccaneers defense. Didn't they lose to the Bucs?
No.
Didn't the Bucs come back and win?
No, the Eagles won that game. The Eagles won that game. That's the knock. The knock is that this Jalen Hurts, and because here's the thing, you got guys like Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, I guess now Mahomes and Herbert throwing for a bunch of yards and trying to.
Well, Herbert's not throwing for a bunch of them.
But here's this is what I'm saying though. They have the stats, they don't have the accolades. And when you look at the stats, you're like, how are these players throwing for 4,000 to 5,000 yards and not winning? And this guy, Jalen Hurts, who's throwing for 3,000 yards. Middle of the pack touchdowns, right? I think his career high was 25, right? Which is it's a decent number. It's not the NFL is like 30 touchdowns is a good season. It ain't a great season anymore because it's a passing league.
Yeah.
And then when you got like the weapons that he has and you're throwing for 3,000 yards and you're not having completions in second halves of games, it's an eye test thing too. Like you're looking at it look like weird. Like, and they won those games. They beat the Bills. I think it was like 13-12.
Yeah.
Right. And then they beat the Buccaneers too. So like you won both games, not completing a pass in the second half. So people are looking at like, oh, you're being carried. But that's how it looks though. It's not, I ain't saying it's fair or unfair. I'm just saying based on the optics and based on the information I'm telling you right now and what we saw, you're winning games despite completing a fucking pass in the second half is crazy.
Yeah.
It is. It's one of the craziest stats I've ever seen in my life.
It is. I can't believe it.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. But my thing is everybody always refers to that. Nobody refers to, all you got to do is stop Saquon and the Eagles can't beat you. Did the Chiefs stop Saquon in the Super Bowl? And then it's like, oh, well, the defense was able to flip the field. Again, Brady had awesome defenses his entire career.
But in fairness, though, like Saquon wasn't as effective this year that he was last year.
He wasn't.
Maybe 2 years ago.
And they still made the playoffs.
They still made the playoffs, but the Eagles' offense was sputtering, though.
It was sputtering. But again, I don't think that there's no grace.
So you don't think there's any correlation of stopping Saquon and the Eagles' offense sputters? You don't think there's any correlation at all?
No.
Like I do though. Like I think that matters because I think like if you run the ball, it opens up the offense. Well, if you're successful, like I think that matters.
Let me go back to that. I think any team that cannot run the ball, your offense will sputter.
Sure, absolutely.
I just think
you're one-dimensional.
Yes, I believe that's part of it. But I also believe that last year there was a bunch of contributing factors, and my issue is that everybody's blaming Jalen Hurts. But nobody gives him any credit when he wins.
But that's the thing, though. It's like Jalen Hurts, and again, we'll go back to the Bucs game. He was 15 of 16 for 130 yards. It lightened their fucking asses up in the first half. And nobody complains about the play calling. Then the second half, it was, oh, he didn't complete a pass. Well, the play calling was dog shit, dude. The play calling, it's like every time there's I guess like a bad game or a bad performance by Jalen, we always blame the play calling. And I hate that because I don't think that's necessarily all true.
But you can,
you know what I mean?
Like,
I think there's some plays where I'm like, yeah, that's a stupid play call. Like you're running the ball on 2nd and 12 and fucking 3rd and 14. Like why the fuck go for it? You know what I mean?
Schematics and scheming guys open and not doing like dumb ass shit. Also, it all plays a part.
And here's another thing.
Like people, hold on real fast. Like people talk about that Chargers game, right? That was Jalen Hurts' worst game of his career when he threw the 4 picks.
And they won.
No, they didn't. And they lost that Chargers game.
They didn't win that game?
No, they lost that game. You want to know why they lost it? Because Jalen Hurts threw a dot to win the game and A.J. Brown dropped it.
I thought they won the game.
They lost that game. That was when they had the 3-game losing streak.
That's right. You're right.
But my point is that nobody will go and say that. But somebody will come out here and they'll throw a dot and they'll drop it and they'll talk about it. Like if Dak Prescott, perfect fucking example. Jalen Hurts, when they were playing the Chargers, oh my God, he threw 4 interceptions. He was dog shit. Never ever mentioned that he threw a dot to A.J. Brown to win the game right in the bucket and A.J. Brown dropped it. But what did people talk about all year with the Cowboys? They would have won that first game if CD just caught that ball, man. They would have won that game and started out 1-0. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's the same scenario, but people are giving Dak Prescott, who never won shit, he gets all the grace. But somebody that's won the NFC twice, no grace.
Right. But it's also like Jalen Hurts doesn't have to be superhuman and have the most miraculous stats to win a football game.
Dak Prescott.
Whereas I think other quarterbacks have to do that to win a football game. Like Joe Burrow has to go insane.
Yes.
For his team to win and for him.
Any quarterback on that team, though, would have to.
That's what I'm saying, though. But like that does matter, though. Like because like you look at Joe Burrow and you look at Jalen Hurts. Like Jalen Hurts is more successful than Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
You look at the eye test tells you.
Oh yeah, I'm with you on that.
It ain't even fucking close.
No, it's not. It's not.
But that's the knock on Jalen Hurts. And I think it also, here's another thing that I want to mention. I think another thing that's a knock on Jalen Hurts is the Eagles' abuse of the tush push. I think that gave him a lot of heat.
Well, they didn't really run it.
I know, but I think it got annoying for teams, and honestly, it gave them a bad rep because you're like, the Eagles were getting fourth downs like it was nothing, dude. Like it was like an extra down. They were guaranteed to move the chains no matter what. And I think when you kept doing that, it got annoying. And I think it got the public on Jalen Hurts' bad side. I think that's how it is.
But my question is
I don't think Jalen Hurts is a bad player. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I think he needs to make improvements in a lot of things. Like,
I would never disagree.
No doubt about it. Yes, he won the Super Bowl, and he was fucking incredible in that Super Bowl. I don't know where that player is, though, from that Super Bowl. We still haven't seen that player. Outside of the second half of the Rams game, that one game, I ain't see shit.
Vikings
too. Okay, fair. But those games are so, like, few far in between where the other quarterbacks are kind of consistent, right? Yes. Like Josh Allen's consistent, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, they're consistently good at what they do.
I understand.
And I don't think Jalen Hurts is in that realm of consistency. And I think that's the knock on Jalen Hurts. And when he's not consistent and the Eagles are still winning, people are looking at it sideways like, what the fuck is going on? This guy's throwing for 130 yards and he's winning football games by 14.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's because our team is loaded, and that's okay.
I know, but that's also a knock. It comes.
It hurts them.
It hurts them. It doesn't help them.
But here's my thing, though, and this is where I will push back on that. If Jalen Hurts was the quarterback of the Bills, and he had the same stat line that Josh Allen had against Denver, they would have crushed him
for sure.
But here's on the flip side. I'm going to go away from Josh Allen because I wasn't throwing shade or taking.
He got heat for that too, though.
But I'm saying Chase Daniel went on there. We got to ignore the turnovers. Dan Orlovsky. If you put the turnovers aside, but I don't even want to talk about that. I want to go to this guy, Matt Stafford.
Okay.
Matt Stafford has a super team.
For sure.
He lost last year.
That happens, though.
But where's the cricket? But that's what I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah, but that happens. But Matthew Stafford is also a prolific passer of the football. Like, he was an MVP, bro.
Jalen Hurts was going to win MVP, bro. We got hurt.
But here's the thing. Jalen Hurts should be putting up Matthew Stafford numbers with those weapons.
That's not
but that's how the public is taking it.
I understand that, but the public needs to understand that if you can't expect that. That would be like me expecting Tom Brady
But that is the expectation because he's a Super Bowl winner.
Who?
Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
That is the expectation. Like, he has to develop into getting better and better and better. Do you think Jalen Hurts has gotten better from the Super Bowl? No. But I mean, it was only a year removed. That matters. But that's what I'm saying.
But it was only a year removed.
2 years removed now. Or
no, it wasn't.
Now it's been 2 years.
No, this Super Bowl the year before that. Oh, I'm sorry. I got you.
I'm talking about like when he lit up the fucking Super Bowl, like when he went crazy.
Yes, but he's not that type of quarterback that's going to do that consistently in and out.
But that's the problem.
I understand that, but it is okay. You can't, if you judge Tom Brady by his rushing stats, you're going to be disappointed. If you judge Jalen Hurts, he threw for 3,500 yards.
But that's not his strong point. His strong point was throwing the ball.
Who?
Brady.
Yes, and Jalen Hurts' strong point is it's not standing in the pocket and picking you up. Like I said this, though. I also said this. If Jalen Hurts is going to stand in the pocket and be a pocket passer, you're going to have problems. That's not Jalen Hurts' game. He's got to use his legs. When he beat the Rams in the playoffs 2 years ago, that run that he had in the beginning of the game, that's how you set it off. He's got to be a willing runner. Otherwise, he's going to be RG3. He's going to turn into Russell Wilson. That's who he's going to turn into because he's a dual threat.
But I also feel like teams adjusted last year to that.
But I also
they let him throw in the pocket, and yes, he has proven that he can beat you. Like when he beat the Chiefs,
he can.
Like
throw
he's
from the
done
pocket.
that. Like, but like again, it's not consistent enough. Where if I'm a team, I'm taking my chances to say he ain't going to do that against us. Let's keep him in the pocket and let's have him throw the ball and go through his progressions because that's his weak point. After his first progression, after his first read, he doesn't really sit in the pocket and dissect.
Exactly. He gets out.
He gets out and then he throws the ball away or he gets sacked and he holds the ball long too.
Yeah. Now, that is one criticism I will say.
I fucking hate
he
that.
holds the ball too long. I'm not going to argue that because it looks like, and he just falls down. That is one thing I really do. I fucking hate him.
I agree.
That is one thing I hate about Hurts. But I'm just saying that you just, when you have reached levels that Dwight Howard hasn't reached, you deserve some fucking grace. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Fair.
It's You've been to 10 playoff games. You won 6 of them. You got people like Dak, bro. 2 playoff wins in 10 years. Like, come on, man. Like, so he has his record against winning teams is like 9-38. Like, oh my God, winning is a team stat. Dak Prescott has had some really good fucking teams. Like, don't act like this year that this past year has always been the Dak Prescott problem. It's not. Dak Prescott has had good defenses. Dak Prescott has gotten a little bit better as he's gotten older, which is cool. No problem with that. I don't have a problem with Dak Prescott. But the Cowboys, if Dak Prescott makes a few plays against the Panthers, he makes a few plays against the Eagles in the first game, they could have had 2-3 more wins and won. You know, they came out and lost after they beat the Chiefs and the Eagles. They lost to the Lions and fucked their season up. Like, oh yeah, the defense wasn't stopping anybody. Okay, well, okay, bro. If that defense is letting up 30, I need you to go get 35. You're a top 5 quarterback. You're Mr. 4,500 yards and Mr. 35 touchdowns. I'm gonna need 37 touchdowns. You're capable of it. You're like that. You're a top 5 guy.
Yeah, but it's like, again, like to ask somebody to put up a 30 burger against an NFL team is very difficult, though.
He put up 40 against the Packers.
Yeah, I know, but those games aren't every week, though, bro. Like,
why?
Because game plans switch. Like, your opponent.
So game plans matter. So if your offensive coordinator's fucking retarded,
your matchups are different too. Like, a team can match up with you better than the other team.
But my thing is,
like, you got better matchups on different weeks.
Okay, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Lamar Jackson, Peyton Manning, Joe Burrow. I just named 5 elite quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You never worried what the defense is throwing at them
because they're like that.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
But
too.
I'm saying it's universally regarded. Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, Stafford, and who'd I miss? Lamar. Those 5 guys are the 5 best quarterbacks in football. I've never said anything outlandish other than I think that when Jalen Hurts went to the 2nd Super Bowl and he won it, that he deserves to be in that range, simply just because I thought it was an accomplishment because nobody in the AFC can get out of it except
for he got his flowers, though.
He didn't.
In that offseason, he did.
Bro, they called him they said it's a prove it year.
Not after
he won the Super Bowl, bro. I blew up crazy over that. The segment was on Get Up. Is this a prove it year for Jalen Hurts? And I remember saying I could find the footage on this pod where they said that, and I said it's a prove it year after winning a fucking Super Bowl.
But they probably said that because, again, like the lack of consistency. Like they thought, again, and I'm the same way. I look at that game as an anomaly, bro. Like, he played fucking out of his fucking mind in that game. And for him to do that again is so difficult. Like, he didn't do that all year, bro. Like, he didn't do that all year. He didn't blow anybody out like that. That performance was kind of out of left field. It shocked the whole world. So yeah, like you have one good game in the Super Bowl.
You went to Russia
when it mattered the most. You got to tip your cap, 100%. But he didn't do that all year. That's why they went into the offseason saying, they basically said, can he do that consistently through a whole season?
Okay,
that's the prove it point that they were trying to make.
Now, if he can't do that, play like the Super Bowl,
not like prove that Jalen Hurts can go back to the Super Bowl and win. I don't think that was the argument. I think the argument was prove that you can be that kind of player consistently throughout a whole season.
I think that's hard because I think that the levels that he reached, I mean, he played 2 of the best quarterbacks, Super Bowl quarterback games in NFL history.
I'm with you.
But my thing would be, though, my counter to that would be.
Here's this. I'll say this one last time. I understand it's a tall task to mimic what he did in that Super Bowl consistently throughout a whole season. Nobody's doing that. Nobody, like, very, very little quarterbacks are doing that. But when you come out of a season of throwing 20-something touchdowns and your offense is sputtering here and there, like you're not looking sharp like you did in that Super Bowl for a majority of the season, then yeah, people are going to look at that a little funny. Like, yo, that's an anomaly kind of like.
I'm with you, but I will say this. The quarterbacks ain't really throwing for heavy touchdowns no more. To be honest, no, they're really not. Outside of Stafford, bro.
Yeah, Stafford he put on. Darnold had a good year throwing. I believe Darnold was not there.
Here we go, bro. Touchdown passes. Bo Nix, 25. Josh Allen, 25. Sam Darnold, 25. Jalen Hurts, 25. Interceptions. Bo Nix, 11. Josh Allen, 10. Sam Darnold, 14. Jalen Hurts, 6. And 4 of them were in one game in December. Yards, Bo Nix, 3,900. Josh Allen, 3,600. Sam Darnold, 44,000. Jalen Hurts, 3,200. His numbers are right on par with that, bro.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, like when you have like 3,200 passing yards, it's not a crazy season though.
I understand that, but my thing is that he's still doing enough. Like Jalen Hurts,
like he's middle of the pack in terms of that.
In terms of the passing yards, yeah, because they're built on running the ball,
right,
and more smash mouth football. We run to throw. We don't throw to run. That's a difference, though. Like
because you got Saquon, you have to do that.
Yes, but my other part of it is like, I don't know.
Here's the thing: if the Eagles had a mediocre running back,
mm-hmm.
do you think the Eagles are throwing to run?
They did have a mediocre running back when they Jalen's first year, and then that Super Bowl year they had.
Are you saying Jalen, you got to take us home? You got to be the game. You got to be the guy because we're not running the football really well.
He did it in both Super Bowls. He did it the year that they went to the first Super Bowl. I mean, Miles Sanders and Kenny Gainwell, I think, had a combined 38 yards rushing in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, he did. They did.
So when you look at that, it's just like he's done it, just not throughout the entirety of the season.
That's the problem.
I understand that, but that's also not his game. Like Jalen Hurts is probably never throw for 4,500 yards in a season. But my point is when did that become the standard? Who gives a fuck? My thing is if you're going to throw for 3,500 yards, that's an average passing season,
because
right? Would you say that's an average passing season?
What, 3,500?
3,500.
I think it's average.
That's an average.
I think it's a decent season.
So my thing is though, if you're going to throw for 25 touchdowns and 3,500 yards, but you're going to be winning your division, you're going to win a few playoff games, you may get to a Super Bowl. What's wrong with that?
There is nothing wrong with that. I think, but what I'm saying is that again, like when you got like, I'm trying to.
You're saying it's you're saying that I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like if a guy
he's not throwing the 3,500 yards with bums.
Right.
He's throwing for 35. He's throwing average number with elite weapons.
Right.
And I get that.
But here's the thing: Jalen Hurts cannot complete he don't have to complete a pass in the second half and still win a football game.
Yeah.
Whereas some of the top-notch quarterbacks that put up those crazy stats can literally throw for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, have maybe a turnover here and there, but those turnovers made the difference because their defense gave up 30-something points.
Now, let me say this, though.
Now, look, but 300 yards and 3 touchdowns is a fucking awesome game. Like
it is.
And still
I'll say this, though.
Like, that's kind of
This is fair, though, because they used to do that to Brady. That was one of my arguments, is that Peyton Manning never had a defense and Brady always had a defense. So that also did go against Brady. Brady he was just so good for so fucking long that he won people over, myself, to 28-3. But Tom Brady, when he was winning those Super Bowls, he had a fucking stout defense. And people would use that against him. Like Aaron Rodgers. When Aaron Rodgers won his Super Bowl, that was the only year he had like a top 10 defense or something like that. Good. Peyton Manning, when he finally got a defense, he broke through. So those things have always happened. I just always felt like it was more unfair towards Jalen. But I have really high hopes for Sean Mannion. Sean Mannion goes over the middle. I think they're going to tell Jalen Hurts, you're going to throw the fucking ball this year. You're going to sink or swim. And I believe in Jalen.
I don't not believe in Jalen. I just don't think he's my cup of tea of quarterback. I'm a pocket passer kind
now,
of guy.
If he came out this year, threw for 30 touchdowns, he threw for 3,900 yards, and they got eliminated in the divisional round. But he didn't have none of that. I guarantee you this year he will not go a half without completing a pass. I'll bet any amount of money on that.
Yeah, because it's hard to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That ain't happening again, bro. We got a real dude in there. But we got.
If that happens again, bro.
No,
don't show up.
We got Gizzards.
Don't show up.
Chill.
Bro.
We got Gizzards from Tampa. We got Mannion in the building. We're ready to go.
I don't think that's going to happen because those are very hard.
That's insane.
Hard to do.
It's insane.
I mean, you just throw a screen pass and
you complete
the fucking pass.
Yeah, that's insane, bro. That's the most wild stat that I've ever seen in my life.
And they won those.
They won the game. That you're right though. That is a knock on him just because of like the optics.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the optics kill him there.
That's why I think it's fair.
They'd have been better off them getting blown out.
I think it's fair in that light, but I also think it's unfair based on his accolades.
Yes. I agree with that.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I think it's fair criticism. I think Jalen Hurts, his criticism is fair. I think it's no matter what.
It's a big year for Jalen Hurts.
But according to your logic, it shouldn't be because he's already proven himself, and it was only 2 years ago removed from a Super Bowl. Like, why would it be a big year for him?
I'm saying
it should be a big year for Josh Allen. It should be a big year for
it
everybody else.
It is for all of them, but
For
I'm
Justin
saying
Herbert.
it's a big year for Jalen Hurts in terms of it's time to shut people to fuck up.
Yeah,
Throw over the middle. Go out and just throw the rock, bro. You could have 15 interceptions as long as you got 30 touchdowns and you throw for four bands. If you could do go out there and sling the ball. Don't worry about protecting it. You can protect it. I get that.
No,
like,
you have to protect the
I don't
football.
think that like people. I don't equate like Jalen doesn't throw over the middle. I think Jalen doesn't like to throw over the middle because it's more of a high risk throw, and he wants to limit risk. And I also think that that's part of Nick Sirianni's game plan. He likes
Yeah, but
you can't avoid it.
No, but I also feel like a part of the reason why he doesn't throw it over the middle is because he's not going through all of his progressions.
The
like
problem
I said,
is,
after the first read, it's kind of like, I'm out.
I'll give you a little bit of
I'm
pushback
bailing.
on that. I do think there's probably 50% truth in that. I will say this. When Jalen Hurts runs RPO, the RPO is a split decision. You're reading the defender coming up. You see the defender bite on the runner. You're pulling it first read. You're open because you're going to where that defender's coming in, where that hole is. There's a hole if that linebacker bites on the running back.
Well, then he's got to read the defense. You got to make a decision
but
quicker.
he is. But I'm saying that's an RPO is kind of a one read offense. That's not an RPO is decision, bang. It's not decision. It's not that.
Yeah, but why don't Jalen Hurts go to the line of scrimmage and say, "All right, they're in cover 2. All right, I'm gonna audible out."
They got mad at him for that.
No quarterback audibles.
The report just said that he would audible out of.
But he would make his own plays up. Like at least
what's
audible.
that telling you?
At least audible out of something that you already like your entire team has practiced. Like that's like the Brady's, the Mannings, like they've audibled. We don't do that no more.
They're computers.
It's fucking weird.
They're computers.
Like,
But Chip Kelly changed that.
And that's not even Jalen Hurts. That's everybody.
That's the league.
I think maybe Joe Burrow does it here and there.
Because Joe Burrow is like the
Stafford
only
is one of them.
Well, and Stafford, but he's still old school.
Josh don't do it. Yeah, I think it's missing in the game of football, bro. The audibles, going up the line of scrimmage, reading the defense, seeing what's going on, and ability to know, okay, they're in this type of coverage. I know that this play in our playbook is going to have success against that defense.
Correct. No,
they don't do that.
They don't.
It's a missing. To me, that's a missing skill in the game.
It is 1,000% it is.
You know what I mean?
100%, bro.
So,
but that was a good episode back. I enjoyed it. We'll be back next Tuesday. Oh, wait a minute. My son might have baseball. We'll be back Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday next week. I forget his fucking.
It don't matter. We can wrap one
his baseball schedule.
We can go wherever.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, we could go wherever. Hold on. I'm checking his schedule right now. Hold on. I'll bring it right up. To see where we're at with it.
Yeah, that was fun, man. That was good.
Man, it felt so fucking good to be back, bro.
A little bit. Yeah, that was great, man.
Yeah.
New look too, like super clean.
Yeah, yo, chat.
Fresh.
All right, no, next Tuesday we're back at 8 p.m. coming to you live. We're going to catch up on a bunch of shit, and, we're going to bring that heat. But we are back now through the NFL season. No more breaks, and we're coming for the fucking throne. Iceman, 10 days.
May 15th.
I'm caps lock different. It's facts, non-fiction. Said I black out for real, then the track gone missing. If it's cap, I'm dipping. We ain't talking about a move, then it's flatline finished. When I spaz, I'm grinning. Put a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by spinning. It's perks with this life, but I don't have my skinach. Took a quick trip and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop like I snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she tryna grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots, a Henny past my limit. Here you go. Hazards with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see them. I got bad eye vision. Y'all can't pass my